So, activity 6 is going to be the final of 3 lessons in what in this course is considered the respirology unit. So, what are you going to do? You're going to look at different respiratory conditions and the treatments, very similar to what we did with the heart and heart diseases. And then we're going to do another activity where you look at the indirect and direct costs again. And then you're going to add to your mind map. So all of this is going to look very familiar. The difference being we're looking at the respiratory system instead of the heart. So your tour journal, you can get it on the front end here, or I'm just going to take you to our how-to videos, or you could just right click and open it here. So it's up to you. Same links in a few places. So let's have a look at that. So again, make sure you add your journal to your SBI folder. So file, make a copy, and then after you make your copy, you would move it. Okay, so what are you going to do? The first part, we're not going to do the 6.1 task, but I've left it in there just because I may use it in the future. The second part is figuring out the direct costs of healthcare in Ontario. So we're going to use the template that's below. This is going to look just like the one that we did in the previous unit. The difference being we're looking at respiratory, and the steps here are a little bit different. So I'll go through that in a separate video. Then you are going to, just like we did before, have a discussion where whichever one of these things that you picked to evaluate and look at the data from, you're going to post something that you found that was interesting, and I'll do another video for that. Actually, I'm not going to get into it too much. And then finally, you've got adding to the mind map again. So in 6.1, you would have started this. Oh, sorry, it's 4-2. I'm thinking they're all 6. So you started this similar to heart disease, but this time we were looking at lung disease. We were looking at what are some of the economic impacts, what are some of the impacts on the individual, what are some of the impacts on family, the healthcare system, blah, blah, blah. You guys should all have this ready to go. And you've got the sites that were associated with that. So you're going to take what you did in 4.2, and I'll explain that in another video too. So this activity 6 should look super familiar because you just did something like it. Then you're going to finish up your journal. There's a smoking calculator here that you can open up in another page. You're going to think about whether taxing people's fare. You've done your career connection, and that part will be separate. And you've done this, and you will submit it to the culminating activity assignment area of the course. So that's the general overview of activity 6, and I will put up specific videos for each one next.